Alright, hello everyone. Here's the third part of the Stray Gods, the role playing musical playthrough. Let's see what happens in the next act. Lastly, we went with the Apollo route, and now we're following the new lead to help Grace to solve the mystery. So let's go with the show. Alrighty, there should be at this point, we're probably good with the music. Let me know if something is too loud or too quiet, and we're off. Hi, aggressive wilk. So we thought about going with uh, talking to Apollo, I think. No, talking to Freddy. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse.
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Hmm. Know about the gods. How have the others stayed a secret?
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
Mm,
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could
hello.
spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of
Edge of
Elysium becomes
Elysium.
the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
What do you know about the
Exactly
gods?
how
Yeah.
much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe? Who do you want to hear about?
Apollo, I
What
think
about
the fist.
Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
So they're just like reading about the
Tell me what you know
mythology
about
now?
Persephone.
Oh, Jesus.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of
Yeah, let's
Hades,
go
or
with
both.
this.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
Yeah, I think we can be enough about the
I wonder how much of
mythology.
those
Let's
stories are
push
true.
the
Yeah, it's hard
plot
to
forward.
say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
Yeah, so maybe.
You know what I find
Yeah,
weird?
let's go with
That the
this.
idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline: Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
No
Okay,
more questions.
that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Yep, let's go with this one. So, yeah, Aphrodite's party. And here we have this beautiful loner there.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check.
Check.
Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check.
Check.
Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace, you made it. I'm
Singing,
so
I
glad.
guess.
Beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me. I didn't even button up my shirt. It's fine.
Because you have eyes.
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
I should have told you about this earlier. I've been putting it off.
This is the wake of the Grace,
I don't like the sound of that.
I guess.
What am I missing?
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
That's interesting.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually
I've just
chosen.
read that Baldur's Gate 3 companions
know
aren't
about this
supposed to
already.
be as horny as
Except
yeah, they had a
Calliope
horny
was
bug.
murdered.
Probably some parameter
Remember
was
how old
going
we
out
are.
of the board, I guess.
There are so many memories.
Well, as you can see,
veil
even that
lifts
good
gradually.
studio as Larian can make mistakes.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes
And
difficult
actually,
to
many
separate what's
people
you and
told
what's
me that
them,
it's
and
like
all who came
game
before
is
them.
too horny for them. So I guess they had a good feeling about it.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
That's
That
interesting.
interests-
So
I understand.
the consciousness of
Take some time to let
the
it sink
god
in. If you like, we can
transfers
talk
to the
about it later.
body and replace
What-
the mind.
What does this have to do with the
That's
party?
awful, I guess.
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
Okay,
in front of
That's-
everyone?
weird.
We're here to help Grace, to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Well, in my case, Carla still is unsure about me, so I guess it works for me as intent. Nice.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
So they like.
Eventually, you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually, you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
That's brutal, I guess.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her 4th, I think, perhaps 5th.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually
Oh,
it is too much. We gather
Maybe
to pay our
they should.
respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What does she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingling. Okay. That's
Mingling.
nice.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
So let's go with Eros.
Grace,
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much, you have no idea.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
So it's like the act of euthanasia, I guess. That's quite an unusual topic in the game, but it's, I think, handled quite gracefully, so to speak.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining. I just hate this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols.
Okay, that's
Then
weird.
they came for us. Took us
Change
completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite,
of the history events. Okay.
her they captured.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back.
I want to share that I played Return of the Obra Dinn and goddamn I love it so much and everything about it from OST, art style to gameplay and riddles. Lucas Pope is really an amazing game designer. Yes, he is. Yes, that was a really great game. Actually, I've done like in 2 evenings and it was the first game for a long time. I had to like bring out my notebook to note every clue to like solve the mystery. Actually, I did the full mystery on the first go, but it was really tough sometimes. So it was really great that some games treat people like adults and treat players seriously. So that was a great choice, Degressivny Wilk, and I congratulate you on the choice.
Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
Okay.
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
What if you're wrong? What if she decides not to do this and it keeps getting worse?
Then I'll be with her to help her reach the other side.
If she can.
Yeah. If she can. It's a lot to ask. I'll understand if you can't. All I want, one way or another, is to get through tonight.
Alright. So yeah, let's talk back to Apollo and then wait for Aphrodite.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
Do we want to build a connection with Apollo? Okay.
You look like you're in physical pain just being here.
Oh, enjoying my discomfort, are you?
Of course, it humanizes you. Makes up for all the abs on display.
Well, so glad you approve.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble, piece by piece, only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
Okay, so actually I have to wait for Aphrodite then. Yep, let's go.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a long...
A few days ago, I played Doki Doki Literature Club, a cute game to play with the whole fun. Yeah, definitely very cute game. It's like very tough on certain subjects, but it's really good. Breaks the fourth wall. Actually, I do recommend playing it. Nice choice.
Lost to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Hi. I have to admit, it'll be weird watching this happen the, proper way.
Because I'm chosen?
Yeah. I wasn't. Not like this, anyhow.
Yeah, Lady Aphrodite told me. I'm so sorry, that sounds awful.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Let's go with the clever.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
A babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
She takes this task seriously, Aphrodite.
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
Yeah, I don't have this option. That's bad, so...
To ease your suffering?
Yeah.
To forget about what happened?
An escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me begged for mercy. This is all I can do for all of us. Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Yeah, let's talk to Venus. Apollo again, and then...
I should apologize, Grace.
See
Saying
the
that I
ritual.
was chosen like I'm somehow more special, I really didn't mean it that way. I hope you can... I'm sorry. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Not for now.
I was so scared at the time, I didn't know what to think. I had no idea who Calliope really was.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place.
She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
I get that you want to help Aphrodite, but do you really want to be her? To be an idol?
At first I thought, wow, this is too good to be true. Who wouldn't want to be a god? Later I realized they're not all powerful. They don't know everything. They're lost. Do I want to be that? Will I be that when the memories return? I don't know.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
And now I have second thoughts about
Back
breaking
again.
the ritual. Oh,
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
yep.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors. She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should
Good
get back out
words.
there.
Okay, let's go with the ritual then.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world.
Okay, so Eros is
This
against.
It is with
So
the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
we should go with his suggestion.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above.
Oh, that seems much nicer than the last song.
And I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by.
Oh,
Before we fell
sounds
to our
nice.
knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start. They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again. I was wrong. I was wrong. I can feel me how figure of an idol coming in. Be wary as they find you to entail your limb from them. Torture you
Oh,
and
that was a
spit you,
nice
parade you in a
transition.
swell. I thought my life was over. And a God answered my prayer. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy. Made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. And this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I can see everything. It's interesting why you feel so blue because of the horror show.
Let's go with the blues now.
There ain't
Jazz,
no
sorry.
getting through. A husband who sacrificed and paid the price for you to be free. Wherever he is right now, you'd think somehow that.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm on a roll. I don't pretend to know the mind of a god. That's something I never thought I'd say. I'm not the only one here who wants to know. Is leaving now the only way to go?
I'm confused. Who are you? Thank you for sharing, little one. You're 80 years overdue. Now take your seat, you've had your fun. I think you'll find I'm a god. Making note of the staggering lack of help. And so no matter what you think you know, this ceremony is the only way to go.
Nope.
Mother, understand, we've been here before, and you deserve more. It will never end, and what you do now will happen again. At the drop of a hat, you know I'll always be here to take care, but nobody asked if I wanted to be constantly here in the event you may slip, and remember the love that we have.
That's what I wanna know. Is leaving your family the only way to go?
Does that even make sense?
Sounds like it should, right?
I'm stunned by the
Aphrodite,
arrogance,
you're mighty.
but eloquence sparks something in me. If you
proceed,
honestly
we
can
guarantee
promise me all the help I need, I'll be the kind of a god you'll worship and adore like before. Thank you, Venus, a brilliant cameo.
And together we will face it, 'cause forgetting won't erase it.
Moving on's the only way to go. The only way to go.
Okay.
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to.
Live. I have chosen to live.
Nice.
I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
The mode switches in these songs are always a pleasure, and the range of genres too. Yeah, it's actually that system is really great designed. I figured the perfect combination would be if Rebel AI in the new Mission Impossible was the Monica from the Doki Doki. Yeah, that would be awful and gruesome and actually interesting. Hmm.
This is the only way you'll get through it. Together, as a family.
If there's any chance, Mother, any at all, this is it.
I know, my loves. I hope you're right. Now then, Grace. Apollo tells me you needed my help.
Okay.
No doubt regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
Originally, I thought Medusa. Now I'm not so sure.
That's who I would have suspected. She's not right, and never has been.
Medusa was at the reliquary, but she says she never went inside, and I believe her. I think.
Calliope came to see us that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why.
She said she had a plan. It must have been the reliquary.
What kind of plan then? Wasn't this? I was. Yeah.
But you
let's go
saw
with
her?
This one.
Why wasn't this mentioned earlier?
Well, we knew something was wrong. We were concerned, but not enough to intervene. If only we'd known she intended to go to the reliquary. How on earth did she even get in?
She used the key, the one Pan gave her.
Pan, of course.
When Calliope arrived, she dropped it. Then she laughed and said she'd better not lose it because Pan won't give me another key to the reliquary. I
Okay.
didn't know it was important.
Well, there's your help, Grace. I can't give you any better.
Come now, Mother. It's time you rested. It's been a long night.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again. Very well.
So, did they have anything helpful?
I gave him every opportunity to tell me. He said he didn't know what happened to Calliope.
Just because he gave her the key doesn't necessarily make that a lie.
Doesn't it? I thought you suspected him. What side are you on?
Your side, Grace. Always your side. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
I'm worried. I don't feel like I'm any closer to the truth.
Aren't you? Even after learning about Pan?
I can't help feeling I'm on the wrong track somehow. Maybe it's just nerves.
You really are amazing, you know that? Every hurdle, every piece of unpleasant news, you just keep on going. I don't know how you do it.
Uh-huh. You going somewhere with this, Apollo?
I just wish I could see the world through your eyes. Next to you, I feel very old.
Should we go with the romance or not? Can't help you, you are old, so this is breaking the heart. Is that but it's neutral?
How
Ah.
about you come with me sometime? Let me show you the world I see.
I tempting offer.
Sounds kind of corny, huh?
It really doesn't. I would love that. Can we go now?
Mm.
Hey, I'm game if you are. Take my hand for a minute. Let your hair down for a second. There's so much to like if you open your eyes. If you try to search for the light, you might be surprised. No, it's not hard to find. The courage you need to be joyful is something you build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. But I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
I'll take your hand for a minute. Oh, it's more than I feel I deserve. It could grow on me, this world that you see. Yet I've been alive for too long. 1,000 years of learning about what could go wrong. I'm tired of being wrong.
Come on, dude, there's gotta be an ounce of hope in you. That's all you need to finally see. There's so much here to love, and so many ways to have fun. The courage you need to be joyful.
I appreciate the
Something
campaign.
I'll come help you find.
If I ever let her know,
no matter what I do, the answer's in
the
you.
answer's
But
in
I'll hold
me.
your hand all the way.
The courage you need to be joyful is something you build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
That's actually lovely. Huh. And now, Grace's apartment. Maybe we should talk to Persephone. Let's see what's there.
As I recall, Grace, when I said stay or leave, you chose to leave. If it wasn't clear, I don't give second chances. Or did you have some other reason for darkening my doorstep?
Couldn't be here for the cool music and a drink? I definitely need one.
Am I supposed to believe you're here to blow off steam?
Why not? Don't you ever? Ooh, here I thought I could drink. Lady, you have my respect and admiration.
You'll have an idol's fortitude in time. Now, however, I need to call our little evening to an end.
So I can romance this one as well. Okay.
I don't suppose our bonding time changed your mind even a teensy little bit?
And here's the ulterior motive at last.
Can it be both? I like both.
Let me be frank. I need my allies to be all in. You're not, and you never will be. But one last...
I'm just imagining a 20 video games character singing "All I Want Is for Christmas Is You." Everyone expects it to be AI, but it's just Troy Baker singing.
word of advice before
Nice.
you go. If you want to survive, don't look to anyone else for help. Not Apollo, not Pan, not even me. You walked away from my offer, and I respect that. Make your choices
Okay.
and live with them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's talk to him as well before pushing forward.
Hello again. I can't remember the last time I had guests so frequently. I did tell you we could discuss your memories and the Eidolon more in depth after the party. Did you have any questions, or?
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
Well, we call it passing on, meeting the Eidolon, and it's fine. I've passed on 12 times that I can recall.
So your name isn't really Apollo.
Most recently it was Lucas.
Hmm.
Everyone Lucas ever knew is gone, however, so these days I prefer Apollo again.
Lucas? Seems weird to think of you as a Lucas.
It was weird for him, too. Much like yourself, Lucas becoming Apollo was somewhat of a surprise.
Sounds like there's a story there. Tell me about this Lucas. How did he become you? Or is it how you became Apollo?
Apollo had taken to surfing.
This game should
He
be
left the
Typhoon
city
played
with
by
a
Arnold
permission to roam the
Schwarzenegger.
coast looking for...
Definitely.
Well, I'm not sure now. Whatever it was, he found it one night when a giant wave took him down. He was drowning, and he thought, I thought, this is finally it. But it wasn't. Lucas saw Apollo struggling and swam out to save him. He pulled us ashore, but it was too late. It took a long time to realize what happened. I didn't return to the city until years later. By then, everyone thought I was Apollo's chosen successor.
So no trial for you, huh?
It wasn't easy at first, without memories or anyone to guide me, but no, nothing like that.
Wait, what would have happened if Lucas hadn't tried to rescue you? What if no one was there when you...
When I died, then the Eidolon of Apollo's line would have ended forever, I think.
Okay, so
You
gods
think?
can die. That's weird.
There have been stories about
Okay.
Eidolons that survive for a time and go wandering. That's probably all they are, though. Stories. It's not something we've had much opportunity to study, but normally death without passing on is how an idol really dies. Forever.
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
Well, let's see. It starts as dreams you'll have of places you've never been, people you've never met, fleeting images, feelings. Then they'll appear while you're awake. You'll be eating breakfast and suddenly recall when you last ate something similar in the 17th century. The only difficult part is that eventually it can be hard to differentiate between your life and all those other lives. They blend together.
It does sound confusing.
A little, yeah. And not all the memories will be good ones. It can take time to process.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Grace, would you say that who you are is at least in part due to your experiences?
I guess so, sure.
Well, you'll have a lot more experiences. They won't feel like someone else's either. It will feel like you did all those things. They will shape who you are now, just as they shaped Calliope and all those who came before her. The good...
That's that's like Theseus ship concept. So somehow, so you're consisting of your own all experiences, all yours and the others, and that's building your new character, so to speak. That's interesting, like collective memory stuff. Ah, isn't that the culture itself such a being of collective memories and experiences? That's an interesting thing. Items are actually a really cool way to make the cast more diverse than just Greeks. I really like that. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
news is, you won't get all the memories. Each time we pass on, the older memories fade.
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
We're many thousands of years old, Grace. If all of those memories returned with perfect clarity, you'd drown in them.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Tell me, how much do you remember from when you were a small child?
Bits and pieces, I guess.
Hmm.
Not much.
It's the same for us. The further I try to think back, the more blurry it becomes. I remember the important bits, but little else. Some of the really old memories. There's so many mortal stories that get mixed up with them, things my previous selves learned as legends. It becomes hard to tell. It takes time, Grace. You'll remember all the lives you've led, but at a pace you can handle, and nothing more.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Hopefully this eases whatever concerns you might have had. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
No, let's go. Okay, so. No.
No, that's okay. I'll see you later, Apollo.
Let's go to Grace's apartment then.
Oh,
Hermes,
hi,
again?
Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
What, you and Freddy are friends now? When did this happen?
I came looking for you. Friday has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
Oh, good night, David. Thanks for being here. And errands or Hermes? Do I have a
Do I
choice?
have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
Okay.
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
If she watches
She'll go to
everywhere,
the reliquary
why
and
does
places
she
like
even
that.
have
Just
the
never where mortals are.
trial?
She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Okay.
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, so you can choose the trait now. Clever or kick-ass? Sometimes I'll go with clever, I guess. Yeah. Finally, a second choice.
Do have a seat.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
We don't bunk in this house. Yeah, exactly.
But you know what happened there. That's where Calliope was attacked.
Yet it's not where she died, Grace, is it?
So because she made it all the way to my apartment, we shouldn't care why she was bleeding to death along the way.
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end.
Huh.
I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list
So like
goes on.
most of the main gods died. That's like okay.
I've heard most of that, sure. What does it have to do with me?
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean, our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
You know, it's too bad. I've been an idol for 5 minutes, and I've been out there solving problems you've all wrestled with for how long now? I could have helped you, Athena. I could have helped all of you. But you don't see that, do you? You're so busy holding on to what you have. You can't see what you're throwing away.
I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Does it matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
Should I? Yeah.
Pan, in exchange for a favor.
Oh, I should have known.
Alright, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
You have to know she's a monster. She tried to eat me.
I've been lenient on account of my involvement in her predicament, but perhaps it's time I dealt with her once and for all. I'm sorry she attacked you, Grace. It will not happen again. Now, if there isn't anything else...
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
Sort of. But I feel like I'm missing something important. Maybe the goddess of wisdom could help me out?
It would be helpful to know what Calliope was doing at the reliquary, but she's not available to ask. Not until you regain her memories, at least.
Why not put off the trial until then? Seems like a good way to solve all this. Yeah?
And trust what you decide to share? I think not.
I guess I'll
That's
get back to my
interesting.
investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Will you?
And
Really?
as much as his name suggests, is it in
Good
fact
luck.
not the Google
Feel free to
cooking?
take a cookie on your way out.
What's with those cookies? Jesus.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Athena has always struggled in a crisis.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect, sought
Weird.
to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
Do you think she's telling the truth? About the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
Sadly, while I'd prefer to stay in her good graces, I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh. What now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the reliquary.
You know, Athena said something to me. That it'd be nice to know what Calliope was doing there in the first place.
As usual, you're way ahead of me.
It's the only piece of the puzzle we're missing. Calliope went there because she had a plan. But what plan?
If she left clues behind, wouldn't Hecate have found them already?
That's a really good question.
Remember how I told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, that's true, but not entirely.
Okay.
Why they are never
Those memories
telling everything
inside
at
you.
once?
Go
Jesus.
somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her, you will get
Okay,
flashes.
so I have to find something of
Feelings.
Calliope, so
Do you
bring
want
back
Grace
some
to go to the
memories.
reliquary so she can have
Alright.
deja vu?
Yep.
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
So, reliquary.
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's comforting.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, well, do you have a way we could look into those things without encountering even more lies?
Deja vu it is.
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of what happened to Calliope, even a flash. Anything that gives us something to work with.
And if that doesn't happen?
Make it happen, Grace. As if your life depends on it.
Oh, really?
I can really see why the idols call you the cheery one.
I'm sorry, but why is she here again?
Last time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
It just seems like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed. If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go along with it.
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
I think that's kind of the point, Grace.
There isn't much time left, and I'm out of ideas that won't take more time than we have.
Well, there's always running, right? Grace leaves the city, goes on a world tour, becomes rich and famous. It's just me. Okay then.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then the alarms bring Asterion and Hecate, and all three of us do a great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game
Nope.
to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I can't go into the reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate. But I won't be far. If I get the slightest sense that something has gone wrong, I am coming in. Still, promise me you won't take risks.
I'll try.
Ugh, can we just get on with this already?
Jealous much? Okay. What should we do now? I wonder. Freddy distracts Hecate. Be honest with Hecate. Sneak in the back way. Let's try to be honest. Yeah. We'll see.
Ah, so that is now.
Oh, you were expecting us?
It is written that you would come, yes.
That
Jesus,
is so
she's
cool.
annoying.
I kid you not.
Yet it was also written that you would sneak into the reliquary as Calliope did, so this encounter is unanticipated.
This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be.
The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change. However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come. Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now?
The only reason you won't let me in is because Athena forbids it, right?
She is the one to whom I made my promise, yes.
What if I said that she's a suspect in Calliope's death?
Is she a suspect?
She's an idol. I don't know that she's not a suspect. Yet. Without more evidence, isn't her command potentially self-serving?
That was nice.
You will regret this. That is also written.
That is a yes.
Go quickly. Look, but do not touch. The reliquary stores many artifacts, some dangerous.
Got it.
Do not touch. Yeah, that might be difficult not to do.
Okay, Grace. What the heck do you do now? Of all the times to not have Freddie around, she'd love this. First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start?
That's
Calliope
quite
must
a
have been
collection.
here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just focus.
I really would appreciate the proper animations here.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
Trident, egg, instrument, mask. So those are, in a way, the attributations of certain gods. Oh, what to touch first? Let's go with the egg.
I don't get any feeling from that. Will I know it when I see it?
Instrument.
Is that a weapon? A musical instrument? Maybe it's both.
So, not that. Mask.
What did Freddie say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right?
Always go left in one direction. Trident.
Is this an armory too?
Apple. So this like Apollo's.
Freddie, are you out there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What am I doing? All that'll do is tell everyone where I am. They should really charge for tours. It's kind of amazing.
Oh no, I can touch the mirror, so probably that would be it. But let's check off the
I
whole
don't
list.
even know what language that is.
Probably Greek.
Shouldn't that be in a museum somewhere?
Yeah, that should work.
This is it. Calliope was here.
No
She
touchy.
was standing right here. And she...
Oh, the Furies.
Hello? Do you work for Hecate? Are you guardians or something? Okay then.
That's not good. And they have knives. Huh.
What's happening? Why didn't it work?
Oh! Grace?
Freddy! We've got to run. My powers don't work on them. They just keep coming.
Mm-hmm. Somebody will die today. Mm-hmm. So sacrifice.
No, I won't let you.
Oh yeah.
Freddy!
That's not good. So it's like the sacrifice needed for Furies to leave you or something.
Oh God. Oh God, Freddy.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Grace.
You summoned the Furies.
What?
Those beings were the Furies, beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution. How did you draw them here?
I didn't. There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it.
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the Fates themselves decreed it.
Who are the Fates? Who are the Furies? I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything.
This was no defense or spell of the reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do. You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted.
Hmm.
But now is when you leave.
So
Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
okay.
Apollo, there has to be something we can do.
Grace. I'm so sorry.
So maybe Calliope died the
it's
same
not
way.
Right.
We have to leave. We have to leave now.
Okay, that's ominous. Wow. Okay. Second act was quite short, I guess. Wow.
Grace.
So there's no like
I'm sorry.
get the soul from Hades kind of thing. Maybe it should work like that.
It should have been me, not her. This was my fight, my problem. I'm already slated to die if anyone paid the price.
And repeat history? Would you rather have died there, passing your eidolon onto Freddy instead? Freddy gave you a chance. Grace, Is that what happened to Calliope? Was she attacked by the Furies as you were?
That's possible.
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
The Furies. Sent by the same person, I imagine.
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
Even in our...
Sorry. Good Dexter. Hi there, Greg. Hope you're well. Do we know the winners of AC6 contest? Still not yet. I'm waiting a bit longer for the others to chip in because I've received 1 or 2 emails. So I'll try to give a bit more chance to everybody to chip into the contest to win this Armored Core 6 game. So I'll leave it for a few days, but I think by the end of the week I'll share the news who won. The aggressive Navilk, I also thought Grace would be able to use her singing powers. Yeah, I thought so too. That's weird.
None of the idols had the Furies at our beck and call. Perhaps Zeus, but he's long gone. I honestly didn't know the Furies still existed.
Clearly someone can do it.
I mean, unless they weren't sent. Unless they were responding to something else, something you'd done unwittingly. I'm sorry, I'm afraid your guess is as good as mine.
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just a feeling. I still don't understand why.
Well, apparently she wanted to speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates are primordial beings, like the Furies. They're said to control destiny. Perhaps Calliope wished to know her destiny. Or change it. I'm not sure.
Can these Fates really control the future?
They're tied into fate, as I am. Perhaps they're even where my power stems from, or how Hecate's books are written.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with that.
Or you, apparently.
Could it have been the Fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
I doubt it. If they didn't want to answer the mirror, I'm certain they simply wouldn't.
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddy and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They're enforcers of the old laws. I imagine they decided the debt was paid, whatever it was, when blood was spilled. The blood didn't have to be yours.
So if Freddy hadn't interfered...
Then they would have come after you. And they wouldn't have stopped until they were through. Not ever.
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
They're not. Hecate called them embodiments of retribution, and I suppose that's the best description. They go back to... well, the time before my memory. I was once told they were created to enforce the most ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Decrees one couldn't break, written in blood. Laws even idols abided by in the days of old Olympus. But those surely died with Zeus. Even if they hadn't, you can't have broken any. They're not easy to overlook.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Why not ask them? You too have caused quite the stir. Hecate is beside herself, and Athena is out of her mind. Well done.
How long have you been listening?
Long enough to know that you need another way to speak to the Fates, unless you're planning on trying the reliquary again.
No, not a chance. We'll find the truth on our own, Persephone.
If you sent Grace to wander about looking for Calliope,
I'm new here, to be honest. How often do you stream and around what time? That depends actually, because don't have much time to stream, but I tend to do it like between 10 p.m. Central Eastern Time till midnight. So around that time currently, or 6 p.m. Central Eastern Time till 8 p.m. The Aggressive Wilk, what are your personal Game of the Year picks? Since obvious winner will be either Tears of the Kingdom or Baldur's Gate 3. What other games could you be contender for Games of the Year? We'll see about the Mortal Kombat one. We'll see the oh, there's a bunch of games still. Actually, I'll be more confident about that in October, after October, because in September and October we'll have most of the actually biggest hits, the bangers. We'll see how about the second Spider-Man will be good or not. Definitely Baldur's Gate 3 and Tears of the Kingdom will be like uh, in the top 10 at least, if not top 3.
Calliope's memories, you're already out of options.
Wait, what's this about some other way? What are you talking about, Persephone?
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time.
Go to Hades, probably.
The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades,
Of course.
the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
Is Apollo right? Is this something you planned all along, Persephone?
Meaning what? What, that I knew what would occur at the reliquary? Perhaps you think I'm the one who unleashed the Furies upon you.
You've waited for this opportunity for over a century.
Waited, yes. Bided my time. And the moment has arrived.
But you came here to help, right?
And I came here to help.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. So your promise to help Grace was an empty one? Step up, for once, and do what she needs you to do. Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Well, that would be interesting.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe
Hey.
in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
Of course we'll be
So
breaking
if
the
we go
rule.
to Hades and find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into exactly?
A great deal.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
Is there really no other way to talk to these Fates? Do we have to take the nuclear option?
Do you want to try going back to the reliquary?
No. No. Hell no.
The only other person with a direct connection to the Fates is Apollo here.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Then it's the throne or nothing. isn't it?
Was another crazy plan, right?
Grace,
I know, but there's no point in stopping now, is there?
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies, according to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
Yep.
Wait, what? Freddy's in Hades? What? Persephone, why didn't you lead with that?
I didn't want it to seem like I was playing on your sympathy, Grace.
But you'll play on mine. Fine. I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
Shall I wait here, or...?
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
This is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
I wonder whether I should... so there's no bad choice, probably. Yeah.
Freddy's dead, Hermes.
What? When did that happen?
She was killed by the Furies. That means she's in Hades. Probably. I have to try to find her there. You're her friend too. I know you wouldn't want to abandon her.
Okay.
Okay.
Signal when you need to come back.
You sure?
Yeah, feels like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go. Welcome to the real underworld.
Wow.
A bit gloomy place, so I can say.
It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully
Orpheus.
expect he'll be waiting for us.
Okay, so no kick-ass. Who is Orpheus?
This Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a
Yeah,
popular tale
Grace's
among
voice is
mortals
Laura Bailey.
regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see. And with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours?
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
You didn't think to mention earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna
Yep.
fight him?
Yep.
Oh, you'll see.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Come. It's time to cross the Styx.
So probably we'll meet a Karen, the ferryman of the dead.
The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Yes, Karen has the best lines in Hades from Supergiant games. Yes, he has. Oh, quite big here. Hello, big boy. What's
I
up?
am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Core Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again. No, Corone, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
Okay. Yes, this game is about Greek gods. I'm with Persephone. I'm here to save Freddy. Yep.
My name is Grace, and I'm here to save my friend Freddy. Have you seen her?
He says he has. She spoke a great deal as they crossed the river, and that made him very happy.
Happy? Why happy?
I don't imagine Corone gets much company these days, Grace. No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Corone. Stop asking.
Oh, he's so cute. We can find something to play. I'm not in the mood. Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him.
Karen, base solitaire enjoyer.
See? You don't even have to
Really?
interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging him.
That's
Let's get underway,
adorable.
Corone. It's a long ride to the throne room.
So we're singing or something?
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story. Every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream.
Oh. Wait, what's happening? Wait, what? A bug or something? What the hell? Audio got cut out or something? No, come on. Wait. Do you hear my voice still? Yes? That's bad. I'll try to exit and turn it on again, maybe. Yeah. So the sound in the game still works, as you can see in the menu. So I'll get out of to the menu and get back. If not, I'll need to skip it. That's bad. Yeah. At least we have like good checkpoint. If this happens again, we have like the reproducible bug. I wouldn't assume that anything that will happen in such a simple game. Not good, not good.
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story, every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise.
Okay.
Swallow the anger. Tears in my
We've got this.
eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne. Really is dead here, isn't it? Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen. We're here for Freddy, too. I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me. It wasn't your fault. There was no right or wrong. It wasn't your fault. You didn't belong. If my life was stolen, I wouldn't know where to turn. Candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
Someone's coming.
So we got the Orpheus. Okay.
Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us. That would be Orpheus. Is he a muse? Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
I didn't belong
a
here,
wolf is waiting in the
but that throne belongs to me.
Night night, aggressive Wilk.
feel them howl.
Good to having you here. Appreciate you. Thank you.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can
an
bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been.
Wow.
What happened to the music?
Okay, that's funny.
I have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Benny. Welcome to my underworld. Let me treat you to a song. A welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse. Any requests? Questions?
What's your problem with Persephone?
Do, loop it. Do.
Okay, that's unexpected.
I didn't do what I was told, didn't know that it was all a game. I didn't think that he would do it. Then Eurydice was gone. And Persephone, you stood right beside him and said, what a shame. He was always gonna kill her and you knew it. And I never got to have my revenge. My pain never ends. I
Hot damn.
Persephone won't turn my back. Won't turn my back on you again.
It wasn't your fault. How are you to react? It wasn't your fault. Now there's no turning back. back. If my love was
That
taken,
cut
I
was
wouldn't know
weird.
where to turn. Your candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
This tete-a-tete is over. If he's the victim, what am I?
Queen, let's not lose our composure. The muse understands.
Well, I won't comply. I'd rather die. The throne was stolen after I murdered the king. You should be grateful and thank me for everything. And yet you scream like a boy. You kick the ground. I was a slave.
Eurydice is gone because you did nothing.
Orpheus, there was nothing I could do.
I saw your whispers, poison behind your king.
Wasn't me.
If I cannot have my revenge, you're the next best thing.
Orpheus, instead of a life of despair, Hades would have ended you there. This place would still be humming.
Oh, I rather doubt that.
Doesn't make it any less true.
I'm high. Am I the one on trial now?
It wasn't your fault. You were never to blame. Hades was a monster. We were part of his game. Orpheus, where's your fire? When will the music return?
The candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
Let's go with Persephone.
That throne doesn't belong to you, and you know it.
If I didn't do what I was told, I'd be dragged across the palace floor. Hades can't hurt us anymore. But Eurydice is still gone. For what it's worth, you've my apology. But I assure you, nothing more. For deep down you know that there's no revenge.
The pain never ends.
The pain never ends.
There's no revenge.
This was never gonna end the way you wanted to. And I won't turn my back. I won't turn my back on you again.
That was actually a very good song. Wow. I thought that like the initial one was good, but this is like excellent.
I had forgotten how sweet a melody could be. Such thoughts become clouded in this place. Forgive me, my lady of the night.
An empty chair for an empty kingdom.
Hmm.
It doesn't sound like it brings you anything but bad memories.
Perhaps you're right. All the reasons I wanted it are long gone now.
Okay. That's interesting.
Feel better?
Yes. That makes what I have to tell you all the more difficult, however. I lied. Even if we could find Freddy,
Oh,
we
of
couldn't bring her
course.
back. The laws of death are not so easily circumvented.
And the fates?
They will not help you or anyone. Even if you could speak to them, they will not care. And never have.
Kratos met Fates some time ago in some game, and he dealt with them accordingly. Maybe Grace could have too. You lied. Wait, what? You lied.
You lied. To me? To Apollo? To Hermes?
I thought it such a small transgression. to
Transgression.
regain this throne.
That's not
Would have said anything.
transgression. It's a like lie. That's not cool.
That's it then. We came here for nothing.
I doubt the fates would have responded even to the mirror, Grace. And the boundaries of death cannot be commanded away. Not even by the ruler of Hades.
Which you weren't gonna share. Not while you still had a shot at sticking it to Hades.
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
How grateful of you.
We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet, you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Hey.
Freddie, you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
I do. I want to go back. I want it all to go back. It's not supposed to end like this.
This isn't the end. Hey, it's not by a long shot. You still have a whole story to finish.
Without you.
Yeah. Without me.
I don't want to.
Well, I don't blame you. I happen to be really good company. Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
Oh, hello there.
Calliope? This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace. Idols don't...
Is inside Grace. The rest of me? I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
So, this is a good point to stop playing. I feel that we're close to finishing the game, so tomorrow I'll try to do the stream around 6 p.m. Central Eastern Time to finish up the game. But for now, I'm done for today. Thank you for being here with me. Yeah. So this game has its moments, definitely. Has a really great music, has a really great plot, but as you can see, some bugs and maybe graphical side is not as pristine as I would expect it to be, but still it's a great story to experience and I definitely recommend it to you. So for now, thank you all for staying here with me. See you tomorrow if you'll have a time around 6 p.m. Central Eastern Time to finish up the game. Thanks. Bye. Good night. Cheers. Appreciate you all. Till tomorrow then.